Another year, another 76ers team giving me an aneurysm. This video is brought to you by the Run It Back Teespring store. Click the link in the description. Get all the Run It Back merch. Use the code RUNMY20 for 20% off. And buymeacoffee.com. I give you sports talk. You give me coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/runitback. We're at 17 subscribers. Get me to 20, and I'll do something crazy on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give me a review and a rating. We are at 96 ratings on Apple Podcasts. I would love to get 100 ratings. Once we get up to 100 ratings, I will read some of the best ratings, and I will record a podcast from a random location. Let's get into this. Good Lord. Absolute roller coaster ride that game was. I just want to say the game was won on the last couple of possessions, and the ball movement was beautiful. The cohesiveness, the players knowing where they need to be on the floor, making the right pass, spreading the floor the right way. And like I said a bunch of times, you know, new coaching staff, new players, only a month to prepare, all that stuff. This is going to look bad in the beginning, right? I didn't know it was going to be this bad. I mean, I thought it was going to be ugly, but I was thinking like Sam Cassell ugly, you know, not Sloth from the Goonies ugly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what I saw at the very end of the game is what I hope I see once this team is gelling and has chemistry and has all that stuff together. You know, 20, 30 games into the season, I hope I see from this starting lineup what I saw in those last couple of possessions. I think just those couple of seconds at the end of the game, those couple of plays, you know, swinging the ball, moving the ball, Joel Embiid going baseline, getting the double team, kicking it out to Seth Curry at the top of the key wide open. Those couple of plays at the end gave me hope for this starting lineup, because the beginning of the game was absolutely horrendous. It was really, really hard to watch, but it was just, the ball just wasn't going in the hoop, and it was. Here's the thing: I said that in the Cavs. I said that about the Cavs game. You know what I mean? Then the very next game, we come back and the same thing's still happening. So in the back of my mind, this is just basketball. Some nights the ball doesn't go in the hoop. It is what it is. But then I was saying to myself, it's the second game in a row that the ball didn't go in the hoop. So, you know, what's going to be my excuse if we go a third game like this? You understand what I'm saying? But they got it going the second half. Huge run in the third quarter. And it showed me that the first half was just, that's how basketball works. Sometimes you can't throw the ball in the goddamn ocean. It just happens like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything was bricking. Wide open shots. I mean, from the jump, dude. And the bricks sounded like absolute bombs in an empty arena. Shout out to whoever tweeted me that. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't look at your name before I said this, but I just remembered it off the top of my head. Somebody tweeted me and said, "Is it just me, or are these bricks excessively loud in this empty arena?" I mean, it was bong, 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 bong. It was hard to watch, hard to listen to. But you know what, man? They hung in there. They never went down by much. The Raptors seemed to make every three-point shot they put up. They actually didn't have that great of a percentage, but just from watching the game, I thought they would have had a way better percentage than they had. The Aaron Baines pump fake one dribble three-pointer off the dribble buzzer beater, it didn't count, but that's just such a shot that a Aaron Baines would make against the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? He put it up, that's going in. That's it. It's like 2K when you know the momentum switches and you just know the other player is going to make some ridiculous shots. That's what it feels like when someone like Aaron Baines takes a one dribble buzzer beater against the Sixers. But it ultimately didn't count. Yeah, man. Joel Embiid obviously won this game for us. Without Joel Embiid, without Joel Embiid so far. And it's early, I know, but without Joel Embiid, this is a lottery team. Without Joel Embiid, we don't stand a chance against any good team in the NBA. It sucks. But I just think it's new because last year Joel Embiid was out some games and Ben Simmons put up a 30-point triple-double to beat the Lakers in LA. You know what I'm saying? So I just think over time we're going to get it back and we're going to look a lot better than we look right now. You got to just take the first 10, 20 games and throw them out the window. I wish maybe we could just start watching this team at game 20. There's just no chemistry. It's just a whole bunch. It's all a learning process, okay? Joel Embiid made huge plays down the stretch. I'm not even talking about his shooting. I'm not even talking about his offensive dominance when it comes to scoring or getting to the free throw line, which he was himself in that regard, putting up 29 points, 14 rebounds, getting to the line whenever he wanted, drawing important fouls, creative fouls, like the one where he reaches under Anobi. You know what I mean? Those kind of pulled through really creative fouls that a 7-footer just doesn't have the awareness, agility, basketball IQ to really pull off. But Joel Embiid at the end of this game made huge plays by passing the ball. And this is something we've been wanting to say for years. This has been an issue for years down the end of the final stretch of a game. Joel Embiid has turnover issues. You can't put the ball in his hands. He gets double-teamed. He turns it over. You get yada, yada, yada. I'm seeing progress here. I'm seeing incredible progress here with Joel Embiid's court awareness, knowing where everybody is, and making the right play, right? So he makes the play where Danny Green gets the one in the corner and hits it, and then the huge one at the end of the game where he's baseline, gets a double team, kicks it out to Seth at the top of the key. Just beautiful. He did play 37 minutes because when I was looking at the stats before I came up here to record this, I said, what the hell, where was Dwight Howard? You know, I don't really remember seeing much of Dwight Howard. I saw him yell at the officials a couple times because he does get some just ticky-tack foul calls and gets in foul trouble. But I was like, as far as a backup center goes, I didn't really see Dwight Howard out there very long. Then I realized Joel Embiid played 37 minutes, so you let me know in the comments, or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and tweet me at IamDJEastwood. Do you want to see Joel Embiid play 37 minutes a game? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know we talk about his conditioning a lot. Is he in shape? Is he not in shape? I just think he's 7'2", 265. He gets tired fast. You know what I'm saying? My son, when he was born, he was 9 pounds. Right? He took naps. He slept a lot longer than kids his age. He's only 5 right now. Some kids don't take naps. He still takes a 2-hour nap because he's big. Joel Embiid maybe just gets tired because he's big. That's a really weird comparison I just made. But anyway, 37 minutes, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if we should be having Embiid out there for 37 minutes. If Dwight Howard's getting in foul trouble or not really contributing, maybe we want, what's his name, Bradley to come in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we want another center, maybe. I don't know about Joel Embiid playing 37 minutes, man. Tobias Harris redeemed himself, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. He does this all the time. We said a couple of days ago when he had a couple horrible performances, now, he's going to eventually have that 28, 33-point performance that he has, and then he's going to go back to what he was. But I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm happy with what I saw. And the difference is Doc Rivers is the coach. And if Doc Rivers can get this Tobias Harris every night, if Doc Rivers can get this Tobias Harris to come back to life and be this player, then that's great for this team, and that gives us a better chance to contend because Tobias Harris, since being in a Sixers uniform, has been extremely disappointing, underwhelming, and especially after signing a $180 million max contract. But this game, he was phenomenal, and the word I want to use for Tobias Harris in this game is decisive. I did see one ISO that I absolutely hated, and he did the old, take one dribble, try to kick it back out, probably end up in a turnover. I don't remember, but when Tobias Harris is catching the ball and there's movement and he's going around screens and he's getting in the lane and he's made just getting the ball and making a decision, either shooting it or taking it or driving all the way to the rim or taking a one dribble pull up. That's what Tobias Harris needs to be doing, because as soon as he overthinks something or tries to triple threat somebody and beat somebody off the dribble, he can't do that. So quick, decisive Tobias Harris. And, of course, he was making shots. And there's nights where Tobias Harris just isn't making shots, where he would play exactly like he played tonight and put up 12 points because by going, 3 for 13 like he did a couple nights ago. So his shot was going in. And at the end of the day, it's not like he can really control that. That just is what it is. If we're talking like Tobias Harris just needs to be more decisive, more aggressive, that's all good and well. The ball needs to go in the hoop. And he's had more times than not in a Sixers uniform where he's just missing wide open shots. But this game, he made the wide open shots. And that's what Tobias Harris is. He's either making the wide open shot or he's missing a wide open shot. You get what you get. Just hopefully Doc Rivers can get that Clippers Tobias Harris back, because God willing, this team needs it. Seth Curry, again, 17 points. Couple of huge threes. Had a couple nice drives to the basket. Just good ball movement. If this team can get that chemistry and that ball movement, and these guys can hit these wide open shots, we are going to be a threat in the East. In the first half of this game, you just got to throw out the window because it was putrid. It was hard to watch. It really was. Let's talk about Danny Green. Danny Green hit a big three. I didn't look at Danny Green's stats. Do I really want to? He hit a big three down the stretch, which was huge for us after some beautiful ball movement. The play started with Ben Simmons, which I didn't get to Ben Simmons yet, but just being aggressive. Ben driving a lane, getting a double team on the baseline, kicks it up to Joel, I think, at the three-point line, who swings it over to Danny in the corner. He swung it to Tobias. Tobias dribble drives and then kicks it to Danny. That's just several elements in one play. Beautiful basketball, beautiful ball movement. That's what this team needs. Danny Green, 7 points, 3 for 7, 1 for 4 from 3. It's not really the 1 for 4 that kills me. It's not really the missed shots that kill me. It's what the shots were. It's the wide open shots. I thought I saw Tobias Harris brick more wide open shots than I'll ever see in my life over the course of his Sixers career so far. And now you bring Danny Green in here, and it's just brick after brick after brick. And hopefully it's new. It's a new system. It's new players around him. It's a new team. It's, hopefully he at least gets to that 40% three-point shooting, or at least 35 or 37. Because 1 for 4 when they're all wide open is not going to do it. But again, we're getting wide open shots, So if these players can just shoot the 35, 37, 40% from those wide open shots, we'll be in good shape. Let me get to Ben Simmons. Of course, Twitter was going nuts because of the way he was playing in the first half. And fourth game of the season, trade him for Harden, trade him for Harden, trade him for Harden, trade him for Harden. Here's the thing. Here's the reason, and I've said it before, but here's the reason I'm not trading him for James Harden. James Harden is 31 years old. James Harden chokes in the playoffs. James Harden is a team cancer. The Houston Rockets centered their whole franchise around him, gave him whatever he wanted, literally had the flight schedule around James Harden's favorite nights to party in certain cities at certain nightclubs. That's a disaster that I don't want on my team. It has nothing to do with Ben Simmons' play. I'm not saying I would never trade Ben Simmons, period. I'm not trading him for 31-year-old James Harden. All right? Now, you throw in a D'Angelo Russell, right? You throw in a Zach LaVine. Who knows? Okay? But there was definitely times in this game where Ben Simmons looked out of place. Ben Simmons looked ineffective. Still scared to shoot the ball. He had a cut. In the first quarter, he pump faked from 3 wide open twice. Pump faked. So we're getting to the point where he's wide open and he's at least thinking about shooting it. But he's pump faking because he's scared. Just shoot the fucking ball. Just fucking shoot the fucking ball. But Ben Simmons might never shoot the ball. It is what it is at this point. It really is. We drafted him number 1. Somebody's arguing with me. He was never a scorer. He was never supposed to be a scorer. Bullshit, bro. You're lying to yourself. You don't draft a player number 1 overall, unanimous number 1 pick, literally teams tanking to try to get that player on their team. Of course he's supposed to be a scorer. Are you shitting me? He had a 49-point triple-double in college. That was the game everyone talked about. He was supposed to be a scorer. Everyone knew he didn't shoot a lot. But we also didn't realize he was going to have to shoot. And once you get to the NBA and these defenses learn you and learn how to shut you down and learn how to stop you from getting to the rim and play off of you the way they were playing tonight, you got to shoot it. You got to shoot it. I don't want this to be so negative on Ben Simmons, but guess what? The offense looked completely stale when he was playing point guard. And guess when the offense changed? When Shake Milton came in the game, a point guard. That's when the offense changed. And in the third quarter, when the Sixers went on a 13-0 run, guess what? Ben Simmons wasn't on the floor. And I know Doc Rivers said in his postgame, he said, I'm not going to talk about Ben Simmons shooting the ball. I'm going to let you guys do that. I care that we won the game, yada, yada, yada. Of course, he doesn't want to get in his head. He's not going to talk about Ben Simmons to the media. He's going to let me say it on YouTube. Shoot the fucking ball. I digress. And I hope I remember to censor that F-bomb out. But listen, he did shoot 3 for 11, all right? So the thing wasn't going in the ball wasn't going in the hoop, okay? So if Ben Simmons makes 2 or 3 more of those layups, right, and he's 5 for 11 or 6 for 11, then he's 17 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. That's a pretty good game for Ben Simmons. So he misses a couple of those layups, and the stat line comes out 11 points, and it looks a lot worse than maybe it was. But he's just playing soft. I don't know why. Just take the ball, even if you don't want to shoot a 3, take the ball and shoot a damn dunk on somebody's face. Dunk on somebody. He had 13 rebounds, though, which tells me he was being aggressive, and he was hustling, and he was trying hard, and he was giving effort. 13 rebounds equal effort. So he was giving effort. The ball just wasn't going in the hoop, and he's still scared to shoot a 3. I don't know how many times I can beat this dead horse. It is what it is. Maybe it's a new system. Maybe Ben Simmons just needs time to get used to these players around him and get that aggressiveness and learn where to be and when to be aggressive and when to go all the way to the hoop. I don't know what else to say about Ben Simmons, man. It's just, realistically, it's disappointing. You're in your 5th season. You're a number 1 overall pick. We tanked to get you, and you're scared to shoot the damn ball. It is what it is. Shake Milton came in, ran the point, and there's a reason. Doc Rivers kept Shake Milton on the floor when Ben Simmons came back after that 13-0 run. Doc won't tell you. He won't say it. I'm here to say it for you. Doc's starting to learn what I told him before the season started. Doc, if you just watch my YouTube videos, you would have known this from the jump. If you just listen to my podcast on your way to the practice, you would have known this from the jump. Just listen to Run It Back Philly. That's all you need to know. Doc's starting to figure it out. You need a point guard on the floor, and it's not Ben Simmons. He can't play point guard in the half court. He can't do anything with the ball in his hands at the top of the key. It's just reality. It is what it is. Last thing I want to say, Tyrese Maxey came in the game again. Hustle, sparkiness, flashiness, right? Got a couple absolutely wide open threes. Missed both of them. He's now 0 for 5. Can Tyrese Maxey shoot? He's better than 29%, everybody said. I don't know. It's not looking that way. They weren't way off, though. At least it wasn't an air ball, right? Just a couple bricks, okay? I do want to see more points from Shake Milton. But at the end of the day, great grind-out win. It's my camera battery just died, so this is just going to be audio for the rest of the podcast. Great grind out win. It's just going to take time. It's the fourth game of the season, new coaching staff, new players. It's just going to look bad sometimes, and Doc is going to have to look at it, analyze it, make the changes he wants to make. I already think he's realizing that Ben Simmons is not a point guard. The last stain on the 76ers franchise from Brett Brown. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. That's the Coors Light, man. Really, really heavy beer. The last stain on the 76ers franchise from Brett Brown is believing Ben Simmons is a point guard. Ben Simmons is not a point guard in the half court. You new kids can give me all the stats you want to give me. Look at his assists. Yes, he's good at running in transition. He has great court vision. He gets a lot of assists. That's not what we're talking about when we say point guard. We're talking about a facilitator in the half court who can run an NBA offense. Ben Simmons can't do it. Until he shoots the ball and makes the defense come out to him, he can't do it. That's why I thought it was funny that Doc was talking about running pick and rolls with Ben and Joel in practice and how great it looked. Yeah, because I don't think your team in practice was playing 15 feet off of him. I think they were probably defending him at the hip, and they were running a pick and roll. Doc didn't realize that NBA teams aren't going to do that. They're going to stand in the paint, and then you can't run a pick and roll. But anyway, just give it time, man. I think it's going to look a lot better than it did in the first half in these first couple of games. It's brand new. It's ugly. I get it. It is what it is. We're going to get better. What you need to look at is the last couple plays in this game, how cohesive they were, how much chemistry they had, how beautiful the ball movement was.